Once again, good morning, students. So let us continue with the remaining part of this story, The Midnight Visitor. In the last video, we saw that Ausable and Fowler, when they reached to the hotel room, that time they noticed one intruder there. He was an intruder. They noticed, and who was that intruder? Max. And who was Max? Max was another secret agent, a rival secret agent, just like Ausable. And why why he came there? Why he had been there? The main reason was that he wanted to occupy the important documents, that secret documents, which Ausable he was going to receive that night. That documents were about new missiles, important documents. That time Max said that this and this one, explained that I am here, this and this reason. So the way then Ausable started inventing the story, composing a story, using his ability, his skill, his presence of mind, which we expect from a secret agent. So that's why I told you at the beginning that don't judge a person looking at his appearance only. Don't judge a book by its cover. Right? It's the same. So then Ausable composed a story that I told many times to the management, hotel management, that you block this balcony because it means pointing towards the window, single window. Under that window one balcony is there, and this balcony is attached to the next apartment. So anybody, this is the second time it happened that somebody got into my room. You are the second. He said to Max, you are the second one who got into my room through this balcony. But everyone is surprised. Fowler also surprised. And Max surprised. Max said that I have not entered through the balcony, I have entered through the door. Using a passkey or master key, that I have entered. And Max said, if I had been known about this balcony, so definitely I would have entered through this way balcony. It could have saved my effort. So such a discussion was going on. So after some time, Max pointing his gun, his pistol towards the guest, it means Fowler. He waved his gun and in a commanding gestures that he said that please sit down. Who said to whom? Max said to Fowler, who was standing. Possible already that he was sitting in armchair that heavily, in a relaxed manner. Then Max told that Fowler, that writer, that you two sit down because we will have to wait half an hour. Max said, but later on Ausable said no, 31 minutes. Ausable corrected. So in this way, such kind of the discussion was there. But at the same time, what happened? Somebody knocked on the door. That time that they noticed that somebody knocked at the door. And now Max frightened that who would be there, who might be there on the door when somebody knocked. That time Ausable said to Max, what did Ausable say to, one more story, Ausable said to Max, because definitely that might be the police, local police. Who said to whom? Ausable said to Max, one secret agent to another. See now, already Ausable composed one story, he invented one story of a balcony. Then one more story he started attaching plots, one after another. And it requires that skill, that ability, that calmness of the mind to think. And he said that definitely it must have been the local police at the door. Because why? Because I told them, I told them I needed some extra security for this one, because this is an important matter, very important documents I am going to receive now. So that's why I told the local police staff to come here and to check me after some time. That will come here and check me whether everything was all right or not. I told them. Who said to whom? Osable said to Max. So definitely at the door, now the police would be there. Right? So after that, once again the knocking repeated. Second time. Now the Max became angry. Right? When he said that it had been asked, definitely police have been asked already for the extra security. Once again the knocking repeated. Right? Once again the knocking repeated. Now Max, his face became red now. It means he became angry. That what to do now? And once again Osable said to him, that he asked to Max there, what will you do? What will you do? That Osable asked him to whom? Max. When second time knocking repeated. Because if I do not answer now, who said? Osable said to Max, knocking is repeated. If I do not open the door, do not answer, definitely they would enter any way that they would enter. Otherwise, they do not hesitate. They would not hesitate to shoot. Right? Who? Police. Who were at the door? Who said? Osable said to Max. He asked Max, what will you do now? Because if I do not answer, that they will shoot, they will enter anyway. They will enter here and they would not hesitate to shoot. So now Max, he was in a problem. What to do? So waving his gun towards Max, towards Osable and Fowler, that he said that you send them away. For example, that who said? Max said to Osable, you send away. It means that what do you do there? You send them away. That I am waiting. I would wait in the balcony. There is a balcony as per Osable. The balcony is there under the window. So that's why I would. Max said that I will wait in the balcony until the police go. So that's why you send them away. Max said, and in this way he backed swiftly towards the window. But his gun was pointing towards the two fellows, one Fowler and Osable. Somehow that he backed swiftly towards the window, Max, and one leg that he flew, that he swung over the sill of the window, and in this way that he jumped into the balcony. After that, when he jumped, he stepped out of the window then. It means he jumped with the help of the window, that sill, that he left his support and he jumped into the balcony. Who? Max. Considering that there is a balcony, that he thought. But what happened? As soon as he jumped, that he screamed once. So that he screamed shrilly. Who? That Max. At the same time the door opened and a waiter entered. A waiter came. The door opened, main door, that knocking door, and entry door, and a waiter came, that he entered. He came with a tray in his hand. Police was not there, nobody was there, security personnel, etc. No one was there. Who was there at the door? Waiter was there. Because while returning to his room, Osable had ordered to the waiter for a drink. That he asked him, that what did he ask them? He had given the order of a drink. That when he was returning, when he returned to his room, Osable already gave the order to the waiter. So that's why waiter was there, that he came there to give the order. He came there, the waiter, with a tray, a bottle and 2 glasses. He kept it on the table, and after that he uncorked the bottle, opened the bottle, and he left the room. Who? A waiter left the room. But after some time, that when he left the room, but Fowler, that he was surprised, what is happening? Fowler, he did not understand anything, being a writer. What is happening? Red-faced, white-faced man, Fowler. Then he asked him, that stared after him, but he stammered. Who stammered? Fowler stammered, looking at Osable. But what about that fellow? Max is there in the balcony, he is waiting. And he would definitely come now. He would come. Who said to whom? Fowler, the writer, said to Osable, Max. possible that Max is there in the balcony, another secret agent, and he would definitely shoot us that he is having a pistol. But Max said that he won't return now. What? But don't worry that he won't return now there. Who said? Max said. Why? Because there is no balcony. At last Ossibel revealed that the man said, Ossibel, he won't return now. Right? You see. Because why? Then he asked that, you see, my young friend, because there is no balcony. Who said to whom? Ossibel said, a secret agent said to Fowler the writer that he don't worry that he won't return now because there is no balcony at all. As soon as he jumped, it means he jumped from the 6th floor. 6th floor that he jumped, and definitely it is not possible to save now. It means he fell to death. He died. Who said? Ossibel said to Fowler. So in this way, the story is given, and the title of the story is The Midnight Visitor. That Max the Midnight Visitor, and the way he showed the presence of mind, Ossibel, the way he invented a story, that is outstanding here. So that quality is given. So don't judge a person only by his appearance. This is one more theme of this chapter. So let us discuss about a theme. So now let us come to the theme. Story is over. The way that the Ossibel deceived Max by making a story. We have to understand, though we are in problem, that we should not lose our presence of mind. One thing, for example, the same thing is applicable. For example, we are sitting in the exam room. We are appearing for exam, writing the paper. Sometimes it is possible some difficult questions will come. You may appear some difficult questions, so that time do not lose your presence of mind. So keep calm, quiet, and deal with the question. Try to understand the question, because what will happen if you lose your presence of mind, your calmness? So what will happen? It will affect another questions which are easy, right? So everything will be washed out then. So it is better that though the question is difficult, so stay calm, stay quiet, and think properly. At least something you could write. So this is what, and here the way Ossibel deceived him, though the problem was there, and they were without weapons, Ossibel and Fowler. Max was with an automatic pistol in his hand, but still only using his wisdom, his skill, his talent, that he deceived him. He outwitted him. Who? Ossibel to Max. Next, we have to understand the theme of this chapter. The great presence of mind we have to show in the difficult situation, in the dangerous situation. The ability to think quickly. Because at the 11th hour, we don't have the time. We will not get the time to think. So that's why quickly we have to think. Act calmly and wisely. The way this man acted here. Possible. Next, and we know that balcony, that was only a part of his imagination. There was no balcony, no police, nothing was there, right? That was only a figment of his imagination, a kind of a part of his imagination. Whose imagination? Ossibel's imagination, and that is his almost we could say that skill. That is his capacity, ability to think as a secret agent, right? Next. This question can be asked for a long one, that a calm mind can help you tackle direct stress. A calm mind, that definitely it will help you to tackle, to deal with the stress. Whatever the danger problem is there, difficulty is there. If you are calm, you can deal it, you can come out of the problem easily. This is one more thing. And the last one is that don't judge a person by its appearance. Because Ossibel, by his appearance, that he didn't look like a secret agent, because he was short, fat, and the clothes were not proper. Plus, he was living at such a place, dusty, it means musty corridor, gloomy French hotel, living 6th floor, that is the top one. somehow he hardly could speak German, French language, but not had been forgotten that American accent, receiving ordinary phone calls, all these things. But still, look at his talent, presence of mind. So right now, here is the end of the story. We are going to conclude the story and theme of this chapter. I hope that you understand the story. Go in detail, word by word, and you will come to know. Thank you and have